21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
Hey everybody. Well, first off, I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on. I listened to a few episodes of your show and what you're building here, it's really special. And I just wanted to acknowledge you for that because I host a podcast as well. I know this is not easy. It takes so much hard work. So you're creating real impact and I am honored to be a part of it. And last thing before I jump in with all of my tips about points and miles and everything, for everyone listening, do us a huge favor and go leave a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform you are tuning in on so that we can impact even more people. I already did mine over on Podchaser because weirdly, I don't have any Apple devices, but if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or wherever, go ahead and leave a rating and review from there. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into things. So you know how a lot of business owners and professionals have heard that they can use credit card points to travel in luxury, but they get a little bit overwhelmed because there's so many blogs, so much outdated advice, so much stuff that just doesn't seem to work for their lifestyle or schedule. Well, that is what we are here to help with. So I help business owners and high cash flow individuals to unlock premium international trips without wasting time or money, using our business class blueprint so they can finally enjoy business class travel and unforgettable lifestyle experiences without having to spend a whole bunch more money or changing a thing about how they're already spending. Before I got into the world of points and miles, I was actually an actuary before this in my prior career. So in case you're not familiar with what an actuary is, I did deep math, like deep math modeling for the health insurance sector, trying to do predictive analytics of when people would get sick and how much to charge for different healthcare products. So very much a mathematical and analytical person, and that's how I approach the game of points and miles as well, except instead of now just optimizing for profitability on different insurance products, it's more so on optimizing points and miles and getting the most that you can out of your points, because as we're going to dive into today, a lot of people are leaving a lot of money on the table when it comes to getting more value out of their expenses in the form of luxury travel rewards. From a high level, what we do is we help people to optimize their expenses to earn more points, oftentimes using high rewards credit cards. And then from there, we use those points to get some really amazing business class and first class rewards, luxury hotels. I've personally traveled to more than 50 countries. I've gotten to fly on some things like Emirates first class and Cathay Pacific first class and Singapore suites where you have like this double bedroom in the sky. So that is from 30,000 foot view what we help all of our clients and viewers with as well. A lot of people try following different tips on Instagram. A lot of them will Google best cards and then just start applying for all of those different credit cards, or they'll try to follow the directions that different influencers post, but they're still not getting the best deals that people talk about, and they burn out trying to figure out, how do I get these deals specific for me? And what you don't realize is oftentimes you have to work backwards and not start with the cards. You have to start with, what exactly are you trying to do with these cards? And then work backwards from there, trying to figure out who even flies to the destination I want to go to? What kind of points do I need? And let that determine what credit cards to get, rather than doing what I call shiny card syndrome and getting 20 different brands of cards and then trying to piece together a trip out of that. It's going to be much, much harder that way. But that's what most people do. When people look into points and miles and they're like, okay, I'm gonna start booking my flights with points instead of money, they apply a lot of the same strategies that they normally would when they're trying to find good deals with cash. So they start with Google Flights, which is not where you find points deals most of the time. If you really want to use Google Flights, I would recommend a free Chrome extension. It's called Points Path. And from there, it'll show you the cash price like normal, but right next to it, it'll also show you the points price and let you know, should you use points or should you use money for that particular flight deal. But I wouldn't actually use Google Flights to find a lot of the deals. For most of the deals that we find, I'm using tools like Seats.Aero, Rome.travel, Points. Yeah, we have free tutorials on a lot of these on our GeoBreeze Travel YouTube channel. And from there, a lot of them have free trials that you can start with. I recommend just using the free trial with a lot of these, then upgrading based off of which interface you like best, because some of them are better for different learning styles, some are better for beginners, some are better for if you're more advanced and how you're trying to book your flights. That brings us to the blueprint of how we usually find flight deals. So most people are trying to find flights chronologically. Like, let's say that you live in Oklahoma City and you're trying to fly over to Phuket, Thailand. It's going to be pretty difficult for you to do that because there's just not that many flight deals out of Oklahoma City. So what I recommend doing instead is find the best way over the ocean. It probably isn't going to be from your home airport. If I'm going to Asia, I'm searching out of Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, maybe the Texas airports, just the big hub airports. Figure out a way to get over the ocean in a good business class deal. And then from there, tack on the positioning flights at the end. So I'm based in Las Vegas. Oftentimes what I do is I'll book a really good points deal from Los Angeles, which is a much larger airport, to somewhere in Europe or Asia. And then I'll just buy a flight from Las Vegas to Los Angeles the day before that I'm flying out, and it'll be $100, $200. So that's how you can find a lot of flight deals. And that's something that a lot of people will mess up is they're searching specifically from their home airport because they want everything on one ticket, which is more convenient, but it also makes it so much harder to find different flight deals. A lot of people will see Instagram reels or TikToks about people living the luxury lifestyle with some of these amazing first class flights. Like, for example, I flew Emirates first class. They have a shower on the plane. If you're flying the A380, there is caviar and you can order seconds. They have Dom Perignon champagne. And this was a 3.5 or 4 hour flight that I took from Egypt over to Dubai. And my God, they give you so much stuff. They give you this tote bag of Bulgari products. And when you're flying other first class products like Cathay Pacific, you have enough room in your little first class pod to have 2 people sharing dinner. If you're flying Singapore Airlines, you not only get a chair that folds into a bed, but you have a separate chair and a separate bed in your first class cabin with your ticket, which is incredible. And so many people are looking into how to live this kind of luxury lifestyle without paying the $10,000 sticker price that a lot of these airlines would charge to have these experiences. And points and miles really makes that possible, but only if you know how to leverage the transfer partners. So a lot of people will get something like a Capital One credit card and they want to just cash out the points. They see that it is a $10,000 flight and they're like, well, that's going to cost 1 million points given that Capital One gives you 1 cent per point. But there's so many different ways that we can get into for how to move your points around to different transfer partners. So instead of spending 1 million points for this first class flight, maybe you're spending 80,000, 100,000, 150,000, and you can get 5 or 10 times as many first class flights out of the same pile of points that way. We do pretty much everything custom for our one-on-one clients. So we have clients who come in and they're like, I have been putting all of my business expenses on this Amex Platinum card for the last 10 years, and I don't really know what to do with these points. So we help them to maximize those different points, and it's really custom to the trip that you want to take. There are so many different newsletters and deal sites where you can sign up and get a subscription, and they'll send you these deals that they find. But those deals are going out to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people at the same time. So it's really a race to see who can get there first. And you kind of have to fit your life around that deal. If you instead want to find a deal that fits more so around your life, I would go for something that's more of a one-on-one concierge type of thing. And so that is what we offer. We help to research the best flight deals for your specific acceptance criteria. We send you the flight deals, you tell us which ones you like, and then we can help you get it booked. We can do that in one of three ways. Either we just send you a video tutorial that's personalized to you, and then you can follow those directions. Or if you need a little bit more help, we can jump on a live Zoom call, just like this one, and then I can walk you through exactly what to click on, so that way you're still the one clicking. That way you don't have to give us any of your login passwords or anything like that for security purposes. And the third one is rarely. We will have some clients who are like, I trust you, just do everything for me. And then we do have a secure process for you sending us your logins and everything. And then we will just log in and get the flight booked for you once you approve which flights you want to book. So from there, then we just check in every once in a while to see if there's any other flights that you need booked. If any plans have changed, we help with hotels as well, because not only can you get some amazing redemptions with your points for flights, but also with hotel bookings too. I also host the GeoBreeze Travel podcast, and we feature people from all different walks of life about how they are earning points and how they are redeeming points. When I started the podcast a few years ago, I think 3 or 4 years ago, there were not a lot of people who looked like me in the world of points and miles. We have made great strides in helping people to see more representations and different faces, different demographics in the world of points and miles. But we do want to champion diversity, not just from a demographics perspective, but also from a mindset perspective, where there's so many different ways to play the game of points and miles, whether you are a family traveler. We specialize more so in business owners, high cash flow individuals, but on the podcast, we feature point strategies from college students, single people, couples, people with young kids, retirees, people who have really small budgets, people who have really big budgets. And there's just so many different strategies, and there's no strategy that's one size fits all. So in the spirit of hoping that everybody can see themselves represented in this space, we have showcased, I don't know how many guests we've had at this point, more than 250 from all different walks of life. So definitely check out the GeoBreeze Travel podcast as well. So one of the things that I love about the world of points and miles is how often people show up. I love how much value you're giving through your podcast and your show as well. And so that inspired me to do the same. So what I'm going to give everyone listening is something that I've never offered before, and it's something that I usually reserve for either our high-paying clients or just you have to really, really know a person to get access to this stuff. So I'm going to give you all two things. And before I do, I'm going to explain who this is for. So this is for business owners and also high cash flow individuals who are spending at least $100,000 per year. And that can be for personal and business expenses, all combined, entire household. If you are spending more than $100,000 per year and you feel like you're leaving money on the table because you're not getting all of your business class flights and first class flights covered, this is going to be for you. So the first thing is going to be my hotel upgrade email template. This is a script that has gotten me and thousands of my followers free upgrades and amenities at different hotels. I was able to use this at the Grand Wailea in Maui. It's a Waldorf Astoria hotel. We used a free night certificate, so that's like a $500 room right away. We got upgraded to a $900 tower, and they threw in free breakfast, free dinner. It was incredible. So if you want the free hotel upgrade template, you're gonna get that. And then the second thing is something that's not available anywhere else online. We just use it internally. I haven't even released it to the public yet. It's our potential savings calculator, and it's my personal spreadsheet because I used to be an actuary, so love my spreadsheets. It's my personal spreadsheet to calculate how much money you're leaving on the table when it comes to luxury travel through points. And you're either leaving money on the table because you have a lot of points already and you don't know how to redeem those miles, or because you already have really high expenses, but you're not optimizing those expenses and putting them on the right cards for earning points. So if you want both of these, they're absolutely free. Just as a way of saying thank you for listening, just go to my Instagram at GeoBreeze Travel and then DM me the word podcast 2025. All one word, no spaces, podcast 2025, and we'll send you the link to those two items, the free hotel upgrade email template, and then also the potential savings calculator from there.
21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
Imagine a space where triumphs, trials, and tales of entrepreneurship come alive. Welcome to the 21st Century Entrepreneurship Podcast, a gold awarded journey hosted by Martin Piskarik, connecting with listeners in 95 countries and ranking in the top 0.5% of all podcasts. Join our exclusive community, elevate your perspective, and embark on the path to success.